Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remaster. Today it's going to be Flash, it's going to be herO, it's going to be Circuit Breakers, an incredible TVZ for ya, and the bottom left it's going to be herO, and in the top right it is a Flash. So we got a TVZ on Circuit Breakers. Tanks are good on this map, you know that. Check out this map, you guys. You know it already, but on the 3 o'clock and the 9 o'clock expansions, there's a ramp. You put tanks on it. And if there's an expansion there for your enemy, it dies. That's it. These ramps as well. Tank on this ramp, bam, dead. Tank on this ramp, bam, dead. So, let's go ahead and see how we're going to open up here. This is an older game, but I needed to find a long ZVT for you guys because there's a lot of PvZ and a lot of PvT recently. And TVZ fans need to be happy. Right? Overlord, scouting out. Cross spawn here? Maybe just checking for an SCV, scouting from the bottom right to the bottom left here. And if he doesn't see it, I think he's going to head up to where Flash is. So again, is this going to be mech here on Circuit Breakers? Fairly good strategy. Because again, tanks are not common in SK Terran. And if you make tanks in SK Terran, it's no longer SK Terran. Hatch first in it here is our guy herO. Rax first in it is Flash. And bam. Hatch first here at 12 supply. A drone scouting. Terror the Overlord. Merchant Falcon Paladin. Dot store. No early gas here. Looks like it's going to be a Rax expand play here on Circuit Breakers. Overlord again scouting. Pull down. No gas, so we're not planning on being aggressive with our early lings here. Just defending against a proxy Rax, which you do not know if there's a proxy Rax if you're a Zerg player on this map or other maps. It's super hard to scout, so taking a risk with a hatch first here, and then no gas and a pool, playing it safe. The music is so good in Brood War, you guys. SCV scouting. Drone scouting. You know the Terran is here, but you don't know anything more than that, right? So one Rax. Expand here at 19 supply from Flash. No gas. Yep, no gas. Gas being taken here by the Zerg here at 3 minutes. Steve the SCV notes the time. Ooh, and a third macro hatch here. So it's going to be 3 hatch Mutalisk. And it looks like it's going to be SK Terran here from Flash. He's pretty much the only Terran player that I like to see do SK Terran against an excellent Zerg player. Because he can control so many science vessels. And apparently that is very hard to do for elite Terran players unless you are Flash. Because none of them can do it. They dump their gas into battle cruisers, which are easier to control. But man, like 12 science vessels versus a Zerg player, and they're controlled well and not being shot down by Scourge, that's sayonara for the Zerg player. So we will see. Engineering Bay coming up. Yeah, that's going to be a +1 attack here from Flash. Maybe thinking about an early push. Maynard transfer coming down to the natural base, and everything is A-OK everywhere. Got a lair mutating. And a Spire coming up here around about 5 minutes. It's not a super fast Spire, but again, this third hatch slowed it down. But the trade-off is more larvae for Mutalisks. Academy. Coming up. We've got Stim on the way. This drone has been tasked to build a Spire. Bam! 4 minutes and 51 seconds. Spire on the way. And look, it's a +1. +1 attack here on the engineering bay here from our guy, Flash. Yep, so second and third racks. As expected here. Third base here maybe from herO. Not here, I can tell you that much. Well, maybe it's... Maybe it's a good idea, because it's SK Terran, right? Stim on the way. These Lings are scouting to make sure we don't miss a push out across the map here from Marines controlled by Flash. Because that is instant death. If you don't scout them and you don't have any safety Zunkins, you are dead at that point. So this is an excellent job here of scouting with these Lings. And threatening, right? Threatening a run-by if you move out. Bunker coming in. Flash needs to be safe against that many Zerglings here. So he does throw down a bunker. Look, Flash does it, Terran players, so you should do it too. In TVZ. Spire finishing. We've got enough. Do we have enough larvae for 9? Looks like we do. We've got enough larvae for 9 Mutalisks. Comsat. Yep. Spire. Excellent. Spire done. We need... There we go. Missile turrets are being constructed here. Right there. And right here. And maybe one up there. Up there. Okay, so missile turrets at the right time here. Sniping down a Ling that just wanted to scout. And third base top left. Here for our guy, herO. Scanning, seeing the Mutalisks. 9 Mutalisks. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 9. With 2 more on the way. A full 11 stack at 6 minutes and 48 seconds. Lurker aspect on the way. Not skipping Lurker aspect. No crazy Zerg here. And no upgrades for these Marines. Not yet, anyway. We've got a Queen's Nest coming in, so I don't think we're going to see a +1 attack or a +1 Carapace here for these Mutas. And here comes the beautiful dance in a TVZ. SK Terran versus Mutalisk opening. We see it so often, but man, so much micro is needed to try to kill the Mutalisks and the Mutalisks to try to kill the Marines. Is this going to be a run-by? Maybe on top of this bunker? But yeah, there we go. Another part of the army here. Scanning to see a third base. No. And by process of elimination, I think we know where the third base is here, says Flash. At the top left. We've got Lurker Aspect almost done, but it's not done yet. So these Mutas need to defend the third base out here in the middle of the map. Just trading Mutalisks for Marines. It hurts. But again, it is so important to do. Look how many Marines there are from our guy Flash. We've got 3 Marines on the way again. We've got ourselves a machine shop. Ooh, that's interesting. And a starport on the way. And look at that. Scanning, seeing the Lurker eggs. It's like, all right. Well, let's try to kill some Mutalisks here. Or maybe we can rush and try to take down the Lurker eggs before they are Lurkers. No, because these Mutalisks are harassing your backside. And that is not a good idea here. There we go. So Lurkers down, Lurkers burrowed at the top of the ramp. You can't get through there unless you have a science vessel with a radiate or tanks. Oh boy, yeah. So 3 Marines did need to die to confirm that fact here from Flash. Fair enough. And look at that. We've got tanks on the way. So never mind. It's not pure SK Terran. It's 1 starport and 1 factory making tanks. Science facility, control tower. Trying to wipe out this Marine group here with Lings and Mutalisks. But reinforcements come from the other side. Nice flank attack. Nice surround. This is going to be very, very close here. This Lurker is doing so much damage. 1 kill for that one. 0 kills for that one somehow. And Flash is retreating. From this position. Not happy about that. So it is going to be a lot of Marines, fewer science vessels, and more tanks here. Siege tanks on the way as well. Defiler Mound is on the way. Maybe some Adrenal? Maybe some Adrenal herO. That would be good. Don't forget about it. Falcon's talking to you in the past, saying don't forget about Adrenal. I'm going to be so sad about it. Nidus, excellent job. Excellent reinforcing there. And Mutas can help snipe down a siege tank, but that is very protected by Marines right now. So just, you know, a couple Marines for one Mutalisk. Not a good trade, but man, keeping that Marine count down is something to behold. Scanning and seeing a Hydralisk den. Defiler Mound. Another Nidus here. Consume is on the way. Consume changes everything about this matchup, especially if you have a lot of Marines. Is this a Lurker Trap? Lurker Trap. It sure could be. Oh my gosh, it is. No, it's not. He just let it attack. Never mind. Who's going to be surprised by these Lurkers? Yes. Well, Flash was surprised by the Lurkers, but not as much as herO maybe wanted him to be here. He's just crushing through the Lurks. Oh, not even close for herO. Booyah. What an incredible attack there. Consume's not done. It'd be nice. Be real nice to be able to get a Defiler out of that Nidus and Dark Swarm up at the top of that ramp. Because, again, Science Vessel count is not high, but tank count is high. Spider Mine's on the way. I feel like at some point we're going to see a liftoff on these racks. Yeah, Engineering Bay's lifting off. This is a mech transition at 11 minutes. So he's like, yeah, for now we're going to irradiate you guys. But we're going to also tank you guys right in the face. Look at that. That control. That Science Vessel control is what sets Flash apart from other Terran players. He just doesn't lose them unnecessarily. Look, if he gets flanked from both sides by Scourge, great, they'll die. But he never just like has a Science Vessel out here and then Scourge come in and he loses it because he doesn't micro at all. It doesn't ever happen. And this siege tank pressure on this third base is really disastrous. Look at that. Nope, no connection. Oh, something got a connection, but I don't think it was that Scourge. That wasn't a green connection. That was red, which means it died. But Dark Swarm is now here. We're pushing back. And we got to get out. So yeah, that's the power of the Dark Swarm here. One Lurker inside Dark Swarm. Unless you irradiate that thing or have Fire Bats, that's all you can do is run away from it. We are building more factories. Yep. So second factory coming in. Adrenal's getting started. herO's like, oh, right, I do need that upgrade. The high's been done for like 3 minutes, but we're not going to complain too much about it. Another scan in. Is there a base here? No. Cool. Can I get a third base here, says Flash? That would be nice. Would be pretty fantastic. Ooh, Ventral Sacs on the way. What do I say about dealing with mech as Zerg? Drops. Drops are really important against mech. You gotta do it. Creep Colony coming in. Lurkers, yes, yes, yes. So yeah, it's going to be Dark Swarm, probably some Plague here. The Marine production is pretty much done for now. So what you see is what you get from these Marines. They've got 1-1, they've got Stim, they've got range. These Lings aren't Adrenalings, so they don't want to really fight too much, especially outside of Dark Swarm. And there you go, the flight of the barracks. It is a humbling sight to see the barracks flying so gracefully over the space platform here in the Kaprulu sector. You can see the beautiful stars down below. The barracks will travel up to 17,000 kilometers in search of a possible new landing zone, but too many barracks tragically just end up floating in the middle of nowhere, hoping that a Scourge will attack them and waste itself on its 1,000 hit points. This has been David Attenborough with Barracks on the Wind. Yeah, that's what they do here, right? They run around. They don't ever land, really. They hope Scourge attack them because then they're not attacking Science Vessels. And everything's fine. So, there we go. Fourth base from herO. Mech. Now, this is where Zerg player says, I can't really take these cardinal positions on the map, so I better have this, and maybe if I can take this, that'd be nice. But then Flash says, no, you can't. Not even if you have Cracklings, you can't. Any upgrades on this mech yet? They've got 0-0, but they're working on a +1 attack. It's almost done. Carol and Boost on the way here, too. Spider mining the entire map. And let's see. I mean, does herO throw down an Ultralisk Cavern? Does he try to use Ultras here? No. Really seems like he's not interested in going for Ultralisks, at least not here at 14 minutes. We've got more time to go in this game, obviously. He could do it, but for now, seems to be Lings, seems to be Lurkers. Maybe some Hydras would be nice, but the tank count is concerning against those Hydralisks, as we always know. So Flash has got a third base rocking here. 148 to 112 supply. Siege tanks tanking out. We've got Metasynaptic Node on the way from the Zerg. What's that upgrading? The Defilers. And there is an Ultralisk Cavern. Okay, never mind. herO says we need Ultras. If he ends up, I promise on my firstborn's life, He ends up just trying to deal with this mech by running Lings and Ultras across the map into 100 siege tanks and cross spider mines and loses it. I am going to pitch a fit. I'm going to be so mad at him. But he got Ventral Sacks, right? So he knows drops are important. Whether he uses drops properly or not, we'll find out. Sieging up this 4th base. Kind of a big deal. It's a lot of +1 siege tanks. Again, they can't kill a single lurker when it's inside Dark Swarm, but that's irradiatable. Yeah, tanks can't break it, but 1 irradiate can, which is why we have a couple science vessels here. It's not like 10. It's some to deal with the 1 lurker setup. Setting up down to the 6 o'clock here is herO. Again, siege tanks on the ramp can be a problem, but there are none of them nearby, nor are there any coming. So I think it's going to be okay for now. herO expanding when he needs to, which is awesome. Command center for Flash heading down the right side, maybe trying to expand to this 3 o'clock, which Zerglings have been parked at for a minute, but they can't really do much to stop it entirely, especially if Ultras are in position to deal with said cracklings. So, gonna come over, land it, everything's fine, nothing's ruined, siege tanking, crushing. Yeah, there we go. 1 lurker, here it is. Here's 1 lurker inside Dark Swarm, folks. That's how this works. 4th base landing from Flash, doing a 5th base at the 12 o'clock because why not? At this point, Spore says, barracks die. But that means Science Vessel's not dying to Spore, so that's a victory of some kind. Kindness plating here. Drops? Drops! Give me drops. Did you know this is the first Flash versus herO game I've ever cast on Circuit Breakers before? I've cast a lot of Flash versus herO in the past. This is the first one on Circuit Breakers. Weird, huh? Anyway, cruising on up. Gonna drop over on this base. There are turrets on the way. They will be done, but I don't think they can stop everything from unloading. Ah, see, this is nice Plague, but this is just... No, we're just throwing units away. Stop doing that. But... Unloading... There we go. Lurkers burrowing in here, too. Yeah, turret's not long for this world. Dark Swarm, that's a liftoff on the base without a doubt. Meanwhile, Marines trying to tack down in the 6 o'clock base with a siege tank coming from the left side. What a weird place for that tank to be. Pushing in, trying to catch units transferring from the main base or the natural base to the 6 o'clock here by herO. These are great positions. Flash just lost a base, but he's very strongly threatening a base of heroes, and he's probably going to kill it. There's no evac for these drones. There should be a Nidus in this position for evac purposes, but he didn't do it, and now he's paying the price. Yeah, drones down big time. 43 to 49, whatever. 52 to 50 workers. Keeps changing is what it does. Yeah, pick up now. No. Pick up, run. Get in the natural base. Okay, well, I guess we almost killed the tank. We almost killed the tank. Somehow he has 0 kills, despite the fact that he had Lings right in front of him that he was shooting at the whole time. So 6 o'clock base is dead. It is down. It is bad times. But right clock, 3 o'clock, right side base here from Flash is also gone. There's a Dark Swarm, which makes it very scary to land, although you probably could right now. Anabolic Synthesis coming in. It's 189 to 130 supply. How many TVZs do you see on this map where it just goes into mech, and then the Terran kind of gets contained on these bridges and on the ramps and just has a difficult time getting out? Drops are the way to do it. He's doing the right thing. It's just a matter of, is it enough of the right thing? I believe in herO. He's capable of winning from this position. This base going down is huge. This 12 o'clock base dying would also be huge, but look at all these turrets he's running into. Ow, ow. So one of the Overlords dies immediately. Another one gonna die. Another one probably gonna die as well, but he does force a liftoff in a full retreat from the 12 o'clock base. Flash is only 3 base in it right now, and one of those bases is minerals only. He's lost access to 2 of his Vespene geysers. This is a big deal. Out of herO right now. This is what we're talking about. If you want to win this game against the meching Terran on this map, which is really hard to do, especially if it happens to be Flash. SCVs are coming back into work here. No, SCVs are dying. 50 to 50 workers. Refinery dies. All the turrets at this position died here too, so he has to rebuild them, or future drops are going to be tough. Consuming. Oh, another beautiful Dark Swarm. One lurker inside the Dark Swarm goes. Ba-doo, ba-doo. I'm not going to kill you fast, but you can't kill me at all. Ooh, Defiler gets sniped there. Trying to get some Dark Swarm. No drop on top of the tank maneuvers. Nope. You got to drop on these suckers, man. You have to drop on them. Does this guy have kills? 6 kills on this lurk is insane. This is a good TVZ. This is what I've been looking for. 3 o'clock base is landed. now. Things and Ultras just running into the bridge. We have speed now. It'll be fine, they say. But then there are 100 siege tanks. And sure, you killed one of them, but D-Matrix helps so much against those Ultras. Absolutely. Does he have another drop? Look at, okay, never mind. Flash expanded down here when I wasn't looking, so he's got this base and this base. Yep. 180 to 141 supply, meching ahead of the Zerg player big time here. Lurker does get killed. Dark Swarm wears off. Lurker with 0 kills. Lurker with 5 kills says what? That's what he says. So, not looking good, folks. If you happen to be a herO fan today, it's mech. It's... oh boy, just no, 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 no. No! What did I say? There aren't even any Goliaths here. Like, drop on top of these dudes. Do not run at them. Do not give them the extra attacks. Although, maybe this is kind of working out. Hang on. Plague on the tanks. Ultra goes dead, dead, dead. Kind of awesome. Okay. Well, I mean... a lot of Zerg died, but also a lot of tanks have died. This 12 o'clock base is being threatened by a bunch of cracklings with all of 2-3-2 upgrades. The mech's at a pretty solid 2-0 upgrade-y thing there too, but this base is big, and this base too. Even, I think herO is unaware of those bottom right bases is the problem. He doesn't know. Right? He's worried about this. He's worried about this. Right? He's worried about this. He doesn't have the bandwidth in his brain to worry about this as well. Or this. And so, yeah, Flash is just expanding like a madman. He's like, yeah, oh boy, please don't kill my 12 o'clock base. Whatever you do, I sure will die if I don't have it. Hee hee hee. I have these bases down here, he says. I mean, herO's trying to crack this contain, which is working, but it's a lot of dead lings and ultras, and it's 140 to 106 supply. And maybe if you get across here and shut this down. Oh my gosh, the spider mine's killing a lurker is so big. It's so big. Ultra, make it over there. No, he took a spider mine hit. He's going to take more spider mine hits. No, run! The army was coming to cover anyway, but a little bit of a ling drop here in the bottom right base. Nice reaction time by Flash, getting the SCVs out of there. So he knows about this now, and he's going to try to shut it down, but... I mean, cracklings against buildings are great. Look at him immediately go after the SCV there. And look at the SCV immediately retreat, get covered by the vultures. Everything's fine. I mean, this is kind of how you can pull apart a meching Terran, is by hitting them in multiple places at once, having them overreact to one attack, and then hit them somewhere else. And look, more SCVs are dying. It's 76 SCVs, though, so... oh, look at this guy get caught up. He's killed anyway. Yeah, I think herO's got to tap out. I don't think he's got anything left in the tank here. He's going down to the old standby of running lings and ultras across the map to different bases and hoping there aren't a lot of spider mines in the way and hoping that there aren't, you know, tanks and vultures in the way, because then everybody dies. All right, well, that's it. We're done. This game is over. 150 to 97 supply. +2/+1 on the tanks, +3 coming in momentarily, and the Zerg player just didn't use drops as much as he needed to. Needed more drops. Had the idea. Did drops. But then forgot about drops. There aren't even that many Goliaths. There really aren't. Like, the other good thing about drops is that they force the Terran to make Goliaths. And the fewer tanks there are, the better the rest of your ground units are going to do. GG herO taps out in 23:52, and Flash gets the win behind so many siege tanks. Yo, what an incredible showing here today. Fantastic showing there from Flash, as always. Yo, what a great game from Flash there. And an excellent transition from Marines into tanks and vultures and, impressively, Goliaths. And he knew that he didn't need many Goliaths because Flash knows that herO is just going to drop on these bases, so missile turrets are good, and not dropping on these tanks. So you don't need any Goliaths out here as well. So excellent contain here, excellent contain here. Excellent retaking of the 12 o'clock, and an excellent taking of this. And yeah, just a lot of good defense. Drops were tried by herO. Drops were excellently tried, but it was just not enough here. And queens being used well, again, is a good answer to mech, but that was not in the cards here today from herO. So, excellent job. Just nothing much more I could ask here from Flash. And at the end of the day, it's 164,000 points, 156,000 points in favor of Flash. We got herO out, producing the Terran, getting outkilled by a bigger number. Structures raised 13-5 in favor of herO, which is a little bit interesting. And then the outspend by herO was good, but not enough against a meching Terran. Not on what? On circuit breakers. On circuit breakers. All right. Well, that's a GG. That's what we're talking about here today. What a fantastic showing there again by Flash. And that's going to be it for me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook. I mean, I'm also on places like TikTok and Blue Sky and all sorts of social media places. Just search for Falcon Paladin on your favorite social media platform, and I will be there. All right. Thanks again, and until next time, as always, you take care of yourself.